Hi everyone, Rene with the American School of Hypnosis, and in this video we're going to discuss 4 important things. Number 1, I have questions that I've been receiving, actually one specific question that we need to discuss. Then I have 2 major announcements of big events in 2020 that I'd like to go over with you. I'd like to review some of our programs and freebies that we have for you here in the American School of Hypnosis. And then finally ending up with 3 of my favorite marketing techniques for anyone who's a practitioner of any kind. This can be used for hypnosis, Reiki, counseling, whatever you like. So they're 3 of my favorite and probably 3 of my most successful techniques that I'm going to teach you for free. So hang around. So I got so many things. Where do we get started? Okay, one of the first things is I've been getting this question a lot, actually since we've been in business, but especially over the last few weeks. I've had a few people write to me in response to some of my videos about how anyone can be hypnotized, and I keep on getting this statement. Well, I can't be hypnotized. I did your test and I'm analytical and I just don't let go, or I heard everything you said, or I'm ADHD, or there's so many different reasons why people tell me they can't be hypnotized. And then what I'll do is, if you read the comments, I'll go back and explain to them why they can be hypnotized, that anyone who can understand the language. Then they come back with another reason. Well, I can't be because of this and because of that. And it's like, sometimes it's like I'm barking at a wall, okay? It's just not getting through. So here's how I want to respond. You always get what you're fighting for. Think about that. You always get what you're fighting for. If you believe you can't be hypnotized, then you can. You're right. If you believe that you can be hypnotized, you're right. You're always going to get what you're fighting for because that's what you want. Some people are so obstinate, they go, I'm analytical, even though I tell them that analytical people are the easiest to hypnotize. Most hypnotherapists are afraid of them, or they think they're difficult, not because they're hard, they're actually easier, but because they're in a different mindset than they are. Because most hypnotherapists or practitioners are non-analytical, because they're entrepreneurs, they're around metaphysics. So when they have somebody that's analytical, it's totally different than them. You know, they don't relax as much, they're not as calm as them probably. So they think they're a difficult person, but they're so much easier to hypnotize. So when you as practitioners get somebody that says, I can't be hypnotized, you might explain to them that they can. If you could understand the language, you can be hypnotized. But don't worry about it, because they might just be challenging you because they feel they can resist hypnosis. Yes, anyone can resist hypnosis. I was just telling someone yesterday that I met, actually a gentleman that was asking me what hypnosis is. I only know about hypnosis from what I see on the television. I go, that's the problem. Television, the media gives us a bad rap. They make you think it's something very deep, that you're stuck in hypnosis. When actually, anyone with reasonable intelligence can be hypnotized. Do you realize that most of your programming you got by age 12? And when you were young, in your younger years, from let's say age 6 and below, you learned everything through observation, because you were in what they call the theta brainwave state, which is a really relaxed state, an imagination state where everything was absorbed. You lived in a state of hypnosis. As you get older, it's a little different, especially now as an adult. All your programming has been done, so now it's not just absorbing programming, now it's replacing programming. So you need hypnosis to change your behavior. So it's the same thing, you're just accepting suggestion. but it has to be done through repetition. Repetition creates habits. So can you accept suggestion? Well, guess what? If hypnosis is being open to suggestion, and if you've been listening to me thus far and accepting this, I mean, not going la, 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 trying to fight it, then you're in hypnosis right now, according to the definition of hypnosis. Now, sure, you can go deep in hypnosis and light in hypnosis, but when you're deep, you're not under someone's control. Like I was telling this guy yesterday, when you're doing comedy hypnosis and doing all those funny things, well, these people on the stage came up because they volunteered to come up. They came up because they wanted to look funny in front of their friends. They were willing to do this silly stuff. Otherwise, they wouldn't have come up. So the hypnotist isn't making them act like a puppy. He's giving them the suggestion. They know that they're on stage to have fun and entertain, so they're following it because it's not against their nature. And they're being the best puppy they can be, okay? So hypnosis is being open to suggestion. Now, I want to show you something really quick here. And you see this right here? Okay, you all know what it is. Ooh, it has a little glossy area on it. But hold on a second, because I'm trying to do this with a microphone right here on my face. Okay, so let me see if you can see this. I'll bring this back here. Okay, you probably see this. It's a nice, juicy lemon. Isn't that great? Now watch what I'm going to do. I hope I don't get any of this on my computer. Or, oh, can you see that? I just want you to watch this for a minute. Oh, boy, I get that everywhere. Hope it didn't get any on you. If I did, I apologize. Oh, boy. Turn this around. Okay, just watch it just for a couple more seconds. Okay, here, I just want you to go ahead and lick that if you would. Okay, you don't have to. Oh. I probably shouldn't have done that. All right, as I did that, okay, did your mouth pucker? Why? I didn't do anything to you, did I? But you received the suggestion that it's sour. In fact, I did that with a lemon, but a lot of times if I just speak about a lemon, about cutting a lemon in half and squeezing it, and you're using your imagination and you start to pucker, okay, that's suggestion. You got it across. So the suggestion, that's basically the definition of hypnosis. I was speaking to this gentleman yesterday. I said, no, hypnosis isn't this strong thing where it's a helpmate. It's not a make you. It's not a magic spell. You have to do this. For instance, you go through hypnosis multiple times each day. And if you didn't, you probably wouldn't learn. If you weren't open to suggestion, if you didn't accept suggestions, you wouldn't pick up things from your teachers, from your family, from anyone who is trying to get something across to you. But you do learn, so that shows that you are able to be hypnotized, okay? Here's a good example. Why is it when you go to the grocery store with a list to buy 12 items, you come out with 20? This morning, we got up, Raluca and I, we went to Dunkin' Donuts to get my coffee. Yes, we got to get our coffee. And then we went to Market Basket, which is a grocery store. And Raluca said, I need to get ham. Okay, I want to get sliced ham for breakfast and some paper towels. 2 things on the list. We ended up spending $30-something. We bought like 15 items. I see the carriage filling up and I go, I thought we came for ham and paper towels, but we got this, and oh, that looks good, and we got, oh, that looks good, oh, let's pick up some of this, and oh, wow, look how nice these vegetables look, and we got, oh, I think some eggplants and some, oh, the peppers looked really great today, so we got some green peppers. Actually, we got some, I think they were one of the hotter peppers, but you know me, I love hot peppers. So through suggestibility, we ended up with $30 worth of items where we probably would have ended up with $5. So that's hypnosis. We're open to the suggestion. Where in marketing, the suggestion being used all the time. That's how they make it look good. Suggestion or hypnosis is being used in marketing. It's being used by politicians. Some person told me one day, oh, President Obama uses hypnosis on us. Don't you believe that? And I said, of course he does. And so does every other president and every other politician and every other public speaker worth his salt. They use hypnosis. They use suggestion. That's how you get people to accept, to believe, to follow whatever you're trying to say. In fact, one of our courses we have on our online store, it's a home study course, is a hypnotic marketing course showing you how to use hypnotic suggestion in your marketing to make it more effective. So it's almost like, buy this. No, it's not that bad. But just want to let you know that yes, anyone can be hypnotized. If they tell you they can't, it's not because they can't, it's because they don't understand what hypnosis is. They probably watched a lot of TV and thought it's something that has to control them. Oh, when I'm in hypnosis, I can hear everything you're saying. That's fine. Sometimes in hypnosis, you'll hear everything I say. Sometimes you'll go into la la land, hear me, not hear me. Sometimes you won't hear a word I say. When Raluca hypnotizes me, she says, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and the next thing I remember is, Rene, open your eyes, okay? It was like I had a great nap, but I didn't have a nap. Or even if I did, I'm still accepting the suggestion. It's still very powerful. So, a gentleman asked me yesterday, he says, well, what can you hypnotize me for? Anything that you can do normally, you can do better with hypnosis. It's a helpmate. But helpmate means you need to do it. We're going to help you. If you don't want to quit smoking, I can't make you quit smoking. But if you want to quit smoking, it's the biggest helpmate that you've ever had. So I hope that helps to dispel the misconceptions of someone not being able to be hypnotized. When they say, I'm analytical, analytical only means they don't like to relax. So instead of relaxing, you use the analytical technique, which keeps their mind busy. Some people call it the confusion technique, kind of like doing your taxes and having a conversation at the same time. Analytical people are very focused on one task. So when they're focused on that task and you give them suggestions coming in the back door, the suggestions go right in without any resistance. You don't have to relax them, so you can do it in half the time. Keep that in mind. Don't be afraid. Go ahead and do it. You are taught how to do it in your classes. Very easy to do. If you follow the instructions, you're going to hypnotize them. You're going to be successful. So let's put that idea, let's put that question to bed. It's done. Anyone can be hypnotized if they understand the language. And a lot of people, even if they don't, because you can do it in their language if you can speak the language. Whew. Okay, the next thing I wanted to speak about is our big announcement. Are you ready for this? Well, here we go. What I have done is I have scheduled 2 new 6-day hypnosis certification training classes next year. One's going to be in April and the other one's going to be in October. So for those of you that missed the training we just did last October, just a few weeks ago, okay, because it wasn't convenient, well, we decided to do one in October, and we had so many people asking about it, we decided to schedule another one in April so people didn't have to wait. Now, the room is limited. I think it's only going to hold like 20 people, so we're expecting to get a large class this year. So if you're interested, go ahead and go to this link. The link will actually be below the video once the video is complete, so it might take a little while to get up there. But below the video, there'll be a link to our 6-day hypnosis live training course. Go to there, and you're going to come to this page, which is going to explain April 20th to 25th. So you get the date there. Now this is also going to be one of the second time we've done this, we did it a few weeks ago, our double certifications. And what's the double certification? On the last day of training, okay, once you complete your course, take your test, you're going to walk out with your certificate in hand, okay? And I'm going to ask you all our home study courses, we've got like 13, 14 of them there, our certification courses, the price of $400 and below, which one of those you'd like to take, and we're going to give you that one for free. So you can go home, take that course, and become certified in another thing. But we want you to take this course first, because give you too much to do, you'll become overwhelmed and probably won't get it done. So upon completion of this course, on the last day of class, you tell me what class you want. You might want to get certified in forensic hypnosis, in comedy hypnosis, Ericksonian hypnosis, past life regression, metaphysics, even that hypnotic marketing course, or telephone hypnosis. So take any of those courses plus any of the other ones if you want, and you'll get one of those for free in addition to this course. So you can see the value is starting to pick up quite a bit. So this is a 6-day live training, and it's going to be held on April 20th to the 25th, and at the same place where we held the other one, at the Hampton Inn Conference Center, and that's in the Industrial Park in Saco, Maine. Now, yes, this is going to be April. This is when, usually it's the same week where I start putting my plants in the ground. So it's starting to get warm. Actually, it is warm because the plants are growing. It's beautiful over here. It's spring. Everything's starting to bloom. And, you know, this Hampton Inn Conference Center, especially if you want to stay there, is within about 4 or 5 miles to the ocean, okay? And within about 2 miles are all kinds of restaurants and amenities, and a couple, I think there's a supermarket about a mile away. If you want to come with your family, like some people did the last couple weeks ago. There's also a theme park. There's Funtown USA. I'm not sure when they open, if they'll be open yet, but if it's warm, usually on weekends they're opened. In the summertime, of course, they're open all the time. There's a water park there. There's bowling alleys. There's a movie theater. So there's a lot of things just within a couple miles. Matter of fact, Old Orchard Beach, which neighbors Saco, where the ocean is a tourist community. So there's all the tourist arcades and all that kind of fun stuff down there. So it's a really fun place. Now, if you call the Hampton Inn, I know this last class, some people stayed at the Hampton Inn and some people stayed in some of the local motels downtown. Keep in mind that Hampton Inn is going to be having actually they set apart quite a few rooms for me at discounted rates. So all you have to do is call the hotel itself. I have the phone number, right there, right below. So there's the phone number right down there. You can call the hotel, tell them you're with the American School of Hypnosis, and they can book you with the discounted rates for the nights you're going to be there. Let me see some of the situations we had. It's going to be 9 to 5 each day, the classes, Monday through Friday. And Saturday, we're going to be leaving at 12 because a lot of people needed to leave early, that get an early flight to be able to get home, and that's fine. Some people weren't able to attend Saturday or weren't able to attend one day here or there. It's pretty flexible. If there's one day you can't attend, I can let you know what you're going to miss, and you can study because you'll be having a manual and paperwork there. You can study whatever you would have missed that day. And on the final day is usually the day where we hand in our test and correct the test. So it's an open book test. You'll do it right on the spot. Shouldn't be a problem. And like I told the people at class, the test isn't to me a pass or fail. The purpose of a test is to show me that you understand the material. So if there's something you don't understand in the test, ask me. We'll discuss it, because it's more important that you understand what you're being taught than you pass a test. I'm not trying to train test passers. I'm trying to train intelligent hypnotherapists that know what they're doing and why they're doing it. So that's where it's at. It is going to be, like I said, I got to get my mouse over here. April 20th to the 25th is the next one. Raluca and I will be teaching it ourselves. Remember, we wrote the book in hypnosis. In fact, you'll be getting one in print, our big 446-page hypnosis certification manual at the class. If you go to the bottom of that page, of course, you can either pay for your full tuition or you can just pay a $300 down payment. And by the way, we have a wonderful guarantee, and also we have an early bird special going on right now, actually for a little while, where you can get $200 off your tuition. So that's quite a hunk of money off the tuition. That'll probably pay for your travel fare there. So that was one announcement. And the other thing I wanted to speak to you about was some of our benefits that we have. Let's see if I can get that right over here, and I'm going to move this page over so you can see everything. Some of the benefits and things that we offer people, with the American School of Hypnosis. We change things from this page every once in a while, and this is called the brand new page. So if you go onto our site, americanschoolofhypnosis.com, you'll see brand new. Click on that and you'll come right here. And the brand new page is where we like to put different things. And of course, the first thing we have is the hypnosis certification training. Ah, that sounds familiar. Go down, talks about the double certification. And of course, you can click there in case you don't find the link in the bottom of the below this video, which it's there. And that will take you there. Then I have some pictures. This is the picture of the, actually pictures of the class we had in October. And over here is, this is, I believe, day 1, where we're practicing the pendulum test. It's a suggestibility test. People always love doing this because when they see that pendulum go according to their mind and how you can control it, it's pretty amazing. So here all the students are practicing the pendulum test and going through, this is the arm rising and falling test. These are suggestibility tests to help you understand how someone's mind works, whether they're analytical, whether they're non-analytical, because once you understand how the mind works, then you can tailor the session to their mind, which is one thing a lot of schools don't do. They just hypnotize you one way through relaxation, and that's why you get clients coming up to you saying, I can't be hypnotized. I went to that hypnotist and it didn't work. Doesn't mean they can't be hypnotized. 9 out of 10 times, if you ask them if they were tested before, if they did anything with their arms or their fingers or pendulum, they're going to say no. If you weren't tested, then they just did the session one way. And chances are an analytical session will not be hypnotized with a relaxation or what most people will use for a session. It has to be done differently, and these tests will teach you that. Here's somebody practicing hypnosis already on, I believe this is the second day, on another person in the class. And you can see we have a big room and so many people that we put them in the corners of the room so they don't hear each other. And I call it combat hypnosis. You can hear each other. Sometimes everyone's like a second apart from each other. It sounds like an echo. And there's the happy class, graduation. Actually, most of the class, some of them weren't able to be there. And that's it for that. We have a lot more pictures elsewhere, but just some of them I have on that page. Whew, and then we get into the fun stuff. And if you go here, this shows a lot of the hypnosis t-shirts we have. I've done a video showing some of these before. There's Raluca's favorite, the Hypnosis Diva. Ask Me About Hypnosis. These are great marketing tools, by the way. It says, ask me about hypnosis right over there, okay? You ask somebody comes up and they see that, they're probably going to ask you about hypnosis. Over here, the hypnotist made me do it. So their shirt's designed to get people to ask you a question. Here's a cute one. If you're a cat lover, you is under my spell. And this is one of my favorite right over here. This is similar to, actually, it's the exact same test that I do on the back of all my business cards. People will read that, and they're going to stop you on the spot and want to see what it's all about. And if you want to see what it's all about, this is it right over here. Okay, it's hard for me to hold that because I'm in this little corner. And let me see, I'll take it away for a second and bring you back here. Okay, remember this? I think I showed it to you before. Go ahead and try it right now. So what I want you to do is I want you to say the colors you see, not read the words. Say the colors as fast as you can. So the first color is yellow, the second's green, then blue. So go ahead and right now, out loud, real fast. Kind of getting tongue-tied, aren't you? And this is the left brain, right brain conflict. Your left brain wants to say the word, or the right brain wants to say the color. So you're having a little conflict, a disagreement in your mind. And it shows people how the left brain and right brain are different. And that's a good opening or segue into what hypnosis is all about. Because we're using the left brain to get into the right brain, okay? We're using your conscious abilities, understanding to bypass the conscious to get into the subconscious mind. So people will see that shirt and they're going to come up to you and say, they'll probably try it. You just stand there, let them read it, and they'll start laughing because people get tongue-tied, especially if you're at the mall or something. Really great. So anyways, that's what we have here. It's a bunch of different t-shirts. I love hypnosis. What's that one? Keep dreaming alive, go back to sleep. Keep dreams alive, go back to sleep. Hypnosis Practitioner inside. And here's another one I really enjoy right here. I'm in hypnosis. Got any suggestions? So they can be fun. And there's a few more at the store. I just wanted to put some up here to show you. And if you click there at the bottom when you go to our What's New page, you're going to be able to go to that part of the store and see what we got. Now, this is also, if you want to know where the store is, this next part takes you to the online store where we have books, we have script manuals, we have individual scripts, we have all the different courses that you can get, both, by the way, both home study course, or you can even get monthly payment home study courses. The novelty teas, and let's see, we even have MP3s, complete session MP3s. So there's quite a bit of stuff there. You click there and you go. Now, free stuff. What you've all been waiting for. Okay, one of the things we have is join our free forum. If you click here, it'll take you to the forum. And let's see if I can show you the forum really quick. I don't know if I have that here. So this is what the forum looks like, and it takes a little while to load. And over here I put up this little plug, sharing time, and go ahead and share with us, and asking people about what sessions they've done this week, and a bunch of them came on. This one's done sessions for, she saw a woman for phobias, for mom, dad, and baby, for brain injury, for depression, and of course there's a lot of, let's see, 16 comments on this one. This just went up a couple days ago. Oops, I'm clicking on the wrong thing, aren't I? So you can see there's a lot of things that you can see, but let's see, let me go back to where we were. So anyways, all you need to do is to go to that link. What did I do? Don't you hate it when you click on the wrong thing? And let's see, the What's New page. What did I do with the What's Brand New page? I actually shut the wrong, turned the page off completely. So all you got to do is go back down there. And you'll find the link on there. It says click here to join, and you can join the forum. You can learn, you can share things. It's free, by the way, but you get to meet people in a similar occupation. You get to like-minded people, make friends, learn from different ones. If you have a question, ask it. If you have answers for other people, you can help them. And anything that's going on, you usually learn about it there first. So that's the free forum. And you don't have to be part of our group or even a hypnotist. You might learn a lot just if you want to learn about self-help. And for you folks that are hypnotists, a lot of people say, well, how do I put a session together? Or you might have forgotten, or you might want to have things so you could do it all together. Here's the hypnosis cheat sheet guide that I put together. And this is for hypnotherapists, showing you the post-session, what you should be doing, the pre-session, basically everything from when somebody walks in the office to when you have them in the chair, hypnotizing them. What do you do so they don't have questions, so they feel comfortable, so that you can have a very successful session? And this is like a cheat sheet that has it all right here, right, one after the other. And on the back of it, it has the post-session, the questions you should ask them after to help them understand that it worked well for them. And with that, click on there and you get a copy of that for free. And at the bottom, it just says comment. If you have comments, we love to hear from you. So go ahead and go down. If nothing else, just say, hey, like the page, thanks. And, say hi while you're there. So that's that there. And let me go back to, ta-da, here I am. And what was the last thing I wanted to speak to you about? Free marketing tools. I keep on looking down here and seeing this, and every time I look down and see that, it's like, my free marketing tools. I should probably put that on the side where I'm not seeing it. I want to drink coffee, but after seeing that, it's hard to drink coffee. Okay. What's one of my number one favorite things to do for hypnosis marketing? Well, one of my favorite things, of course, is free marketing. And how can you get a lot of free marketing, or a lot of good marketing for free? Press releases. do a press release for your business. If you're a new business, write a press release and send it to the newspaper. If you're an existing business, write a press release to let them know that you're in business there, that you may have been there for 20 years, 10 years, or whatever. Anytime you do something different in business, you expanded, you took on another hypnotherapist, you're getting into metaphysics, you're doing a group past life regression, you're doing a group smoking thing in town, you're volunteering or doing a talk, let's say, for the Legion or the Elks or some kind of, public speaking of any kind. Anything that you do that you think you can make newsworthy, write an article, just a short article. Hi, I'm so-and-so. We're doing this. It'll benefit the public this way. We love to, tell them whatever it is and ask them if they would post it as a press release. Now, what's a press release? Probably should have get to that at the beginning. Every newspaper has so much space to fill in their paper. Now, day after day after day, they're running out of news. A lot of papers have no idea what to put in. So when they have leftover space in the newspaper, they look through their file of all these press releases that people send in and go, oh, this is an interesting one. And they put it in the paper for free. Okay? I've gotten an awful lot of advertising throughout the years as a hypnosis school, as a practitioner, for all kinds of things by sending in press releases. Now, here's the cool thing. If your press release is interesting, don't make it sound like an advertisement. Make it sound like a public service. Look if you want at press releases of things happening, people announcing that they're doing this, ribbon cutting or whatever. Make it look like that rather than an advertisement, because if it's an advertisement, they're not going to run it. But if you make it look interesting, something the public might want to know, and everyone wants to know about hypnosis, they may run it. But the neat thing is, I'd say in probably 50% of the instances when I put out a press release, I would get a call probably within a few weeks from someone from a paper saying, hey, we read this press release, but what we'd like to do is run a feature article on you. Is that okay? So sure, if ever you hear a feature article, say yes. And what happens with a feature article is the newspaper will come over. They'll usually with the reporter and a cameraman. They'll take pictures of you, your office, or wherever you're doing things. If it's a group thing, they might take pictures of the hotel, whatever it happens to be. Most time it was at my office, and they interview you, and usually it's a full page spread. You hear that? Full page spread. Sometimes if it's a small paper, it could be the front page, but usually it's like the front of the business section, family section, depending on what you're doing. But it's really cool to see yourself on a full page with pictures and everything about your business. There's a new hypnotist in town, or don't fall asleep, or you're getting sleepy, whatever title you have, and a lot of times, most of the time, they've always given me, in my case, it's always been a full page spread. If nothing else, you might get a half page or a 3/4 page. But so you move from fill-in space to major space. And you can't buy a full page in the newspaper unless it's in the advertisements, not the front of a business or a family section. So great idea. Now, how often and when should you send it out? Well, I believe the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. So send out press releases as often as you can until they print them. Like one of my students, Anita, used to say, I'm going to be so darn annoying that they're either going to print me or they're going to keep on hearing from me, and they know that the only way they're going to get me off their case is if they print me. But she went a little further. She'd send them a press release, and 3 days later she'd call them to see if they got the press release. She goes, they got so sick of hearing me after about the 5th one, they put me in, and then I backed off. So send them in for a lot of different things to let them know what you're doing. Now, I have in this area probably about 8 different newspapers within a, 30, 40 mile radius. And I would send press releases to each one of the papers. Anytime I do something, I send it to a bunch of the papers, and chances are maybe one of them will run it. Sometimes they don't. Now, sometimes they'll call you and say, hey, we want to do a press release on you. And Oh, we just did one about 4 months ago. Did we get away? Sometimes they don't want to do another press. I had them happen. That happened to me. They didn't want to do a second press release because they just did one a few months ago. I guess they didn't. They forgot about it, and they said it wouldn't be fair to our other readers or our other press releases. And I say, hey, you called me because mine's interesting. Never mind the other ones. They're boring. They don't like that. But anyways, send out press releases. Now, other things, I'm trying to think of things not that I do as a school, because that's not going to help you. That helps me. What kind of things can you do to advertise as a practitioner? Well, let's see. Nothing better than having a billboard out there, but don't get a billboard. You'll look at thousands of dollars. But how about a mobile billboard? A mobile billboard. Yes. Vehicle signs. I think that's very important. Vinyl lettering. Like I had a big van, I think it was a Ford Econoline cargo van, and it was white. So I had like a white billboard on both sides with no windows in the back. And I had the name of my business. Actually, I'm talking about the school, but American School of Hypnosis with the phone number and, a little logo on there. And, put some kind of actionable things. We help you quit smoking or whatever it is for your sessions. What do you do? That you do it in a phone number or even a web address, but don't put too much information because you're going 60 miles an hour down the road. You don't want people to, we have a hand-free law in Maine. You can't have anything in your hand, so you don't want them writing while you're going by. But I've received a lot of business throughout the years having advertising on the side of the vehicle. There's plenty of places. I got mine through a place called MrLetter.com. I don't know if they're still in business. But you tell them what you want. You send them, if you want to print out what you want, and they'll send it to you to show you what it's going to look like. They send you the lettering all set up, and you just go in the car and unpeel it, and it's all measured right and everything. Or you can have somebody else come do it. So vinyl lettering on a car works great. If it's not your car or you have a lot of cars, you could even get a magnetic sign and put it on the doors with the name of your business. But that's not seen as well as the big, vinyl lettering. Other bad thing about magnetic signs, if your car is dirty and you put it on, you might be going down the road 40, 50 miles an hour and they'll go flying off and you'll lose them. Or sometimes kids might want to peel them off and take them off and put them upside down or just steal them. So that could get expensive. And last but not least, one of my favorite all-time ones is called vehicle card pockets. Just punch that in on Google, vehicle card pockets. And what it is, it's a little case. I don't have one in because I don't have a card here. But picture a little case kind of like this here, okay? This is a glasses case, but something like this that would stick to the side of your car. Okay, so it would stick right on the side of the car and stick out a little bit. They're probably about maybe this small. They're the size of cards, and basically cards sit in them. Now, it's a plastic, usually a clear plastic, so you can see through it. So your card would be in here. So picture a case with a bunch of cards in there, right? You got a bunch of cards sitting in there, and you put it on the nose of the car. So basically, on the front fender. I used to like to put it on the front fender on the driver's side or passenger side, so I can see if somebody walks up. If it's parked on the side of the road, of course the passenger side's the best because they walk up there and probably take it while you're parked. I believe I had one on both sides. But when I was driving, down the road, sometimes I stop at a red light and somebody would run across the street and grab one. It has a little cover that opens and closes, so you just got to put their fingers under and grab one. And there's a little vinyl sign that comes with it when you order it, probably about this big, and it'll say, free, take one, with an arrow pointing to the card. It's such a novelty idea. I first saw the idea. I was sitting in a mall parking lot waiting for Reluca. She was shopping. And a lady pulled in beside me, and it said, take one. I was like, I didn't even know what it was. I got out and took one, and it happened to be Tupperware. The lady had a Tupperware card. And I loved the idea, looked at it, and got one for my vehicles. And they slide off. It goes on with, I believe, like a tape. But you could slide the whole thing off and leave the mount on the car, so that way you could take it in at nighttime so that, if it's raining or you don't want kids to mess with it. Like if it was on Main Street and I was parked in front of my office, I would take it off at around 1 or 2:30 when the kids are coming home from school. Usually the schools break at 2:30 because I didn't want the kids walking down the street and taking them and throwing them all over the lawn or something. But that's the only time I really had problems, is when kids walked home from school. So just all you have to do is just keep it filled with your cards, and people will come and take your cards, and you'll get calls. I remember I was in Philly when I first started doing this, and Raluca and I, sometimes if we couldn't sleep at 1, 2 in the morning, there was a 24-hour grocery store. I don't remember the name of it, but anyways, we'd get up and we'd go shopping at the grocery store at 1 in the morning. So one day I got a phone call and says, I say, American School of Hypnosis. The guy says, yeah, I'm interested in hypnosis. I picked up one of your cards on one of your vehicles parked in the parking lot at the grocery store at 1 o'clock in the morning. He said, I thought it was kind of funny, but so see, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm advertising for free. Isn't that great? So vehicle card pockets. I got mine from a company called vehiclecardspockets.com, but I got it so long ago I don't think they're in business. But there's a lot of them out there. Punch in and Google vehicle card pockets and click on images, and you'll see tons of pictures to see the different types that they have out there. So there you go. Press releases, vehicle card pockets, and vinyl lettering. 3 more great ideas for marketing. Well, I would like to thank all of you who joined us in our live viewing, our premiere, because that's how we showed this initially, as a premiere. And all of you that are commenting, I want to thank you all that came live to watch. And Raluca's been answering, and I've been answering some of the questions and that you have while we're on here. So it's kind of great, because this is one way that I can do the video in advance, like I'm doing right now, okay? And then I can play it back right afterwards in a premiere, and I can enjoy the movie and the comments, because usually when I'm doing a video like this, it's so hard for me to answer and continue to think of what I want to do, because I want to give you good content. So this way, the content's here, and I can go ahead and type and answer your questions. And for those of you that would like to be part of us, please go ahead and click the link below for the forum. I'd love to speak to you and chat with you, get to know you folks, see what you're doing with your hypnosis. And if you're not a hypnotherapist, go below and take a look at our courses, okay? We have a hypnosis certification home study course, which is something you can do at home. If you can't afford that, we have monthly rates as low as, I believe it's $40 a month, and you can become certified. And if you take the home study course and you decide you want to have more training, you can actually come to the live training afterwards, okay? And we have a special deal for people that took the home study course first. Or just come to our live training in April. Take a look at the link below. We'd love to see you. We teach an awful lot more than you're going to get, in a home study course, in the live training, because, hey, we're right there. We get to answer questions. You get a lot of practice with each other. You get to be hypnotized by Raluca and I. So you learn a lot of ins and outs. So at the end of that 1-week course, you are confident to go out and start your own business and making money the very next day. And besides, it's a lot of fun. And one thing I guarantee, if you take the 6-day course, it will change the way you think, and you'll never look at things the same way again. So if nothing else, we changed you for the better. So that's it. Please share this video with your friends if you think they'd like to learn about advertising, learn about hypnosis, learn about themselves, or just want to follow us. And don't forget to subscribe right below there. Thanks for watching, and you all have a great day. Bye-bye.